What is going on, people? Adam Mentality World here, and if you are a fan of the UFC like I am, you've probably already heard the news. But if you haven't, apparently Jose Aldo hurt his ribs in training recently, and now he might have to pull out of the UFC 189 fight against the notorious Conor McGregor. I did a video right here, click it, right there, like I was Conor McGregor, but I wasn't really Conor McGregor. Back to this video. Anyway, Jose Aldo might not be able to compete at UFC 189 because he hurt his ribs. What the heck? I know that's the main event, and they had the other title fight with Robbie Lawler and Rory McDonald, but only those two people really cared about that fight. Everybody else was paying attention to Jose Aldo and Conor McGregor fight because of two reasons. Jose Aldo and his great fighting skill, and Conor McGregor and his great ability to talk. Conor McGregor has made this fight huge. Jose Aldo has fought people before, and nobody cared. It wasn't like the main event. It was just fight. Okay, cool. That was nice. That was a nice fight, but nobody really cared. People really care about this fight, but they really have to fight for this to really happen. So it doesn't matter all this time, money, the tours, world tour, all over the place. Like, I'm the king of Brazil, I'm the king of Dublin. All this for nothing if Jose Aldo can't fight. And I'm sick and tired of all these UFC champions getting the belt, and as soon as they get it, oh, I can't fight, I'm hurt. Oh, I can't fight, I'm hurt. And like, no, you're the champion, you fight. Chael Sonnen said this on his podcast. If you can't compete on the night of the fight, you're not the best. You have to hand the belt over. That's the only thing that's fair. Because like as we just saw recently with Cain Velasquez, he was the heavyweight champ for almost 2 years without ever defending it one time. And his first defense, he lost to Verdum. Good job for Verdum. But what that tells me is you have all these people in the heavyweight division spending their entire life for one goal, to become the heavyweight champion of the world. But they can't because Cain Velasquez is up on top going, nope, it's my belt, it's my belt. They finally gave Verdum a chance to get an interim belt, which he won. But that's not the same as the real one. It's still just kind of like a little asterisk, like, oh, you're the champ, kinda. Kind of like Daniel Cormier right now with John Jones. Daniel Cormier is not the light heavyweight champion of the world. John Jones is. But anyway, Conor McGregor, he can't. He's in a bad situation because he can't go and fight anybody because, God forbid, he fights anybody. He could fight whoever, and he could pull an Alexander Gustafsson, which means he fights somebody he's supposed to beat, and then he ends up losing, like Anthony Johnson knocked out Alexander Gustafsson, and then he went on to fight Daniel Cormier, and Gustafsson almost retired from MMA because of that fight. So Conor McGregor is stuck in a bad position after all the talking and all the fighting and all the blah blah to lead up to this match. It might not happen now because of Jose Aldo and his stinking training thing. No disrespect to Jose Aldo, but if you can't compete, you're not the best. Subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think. Later.